Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
Here we are, two of us today. A bit of truckers putting an end to police chases. Number 2.
Yeah, we've done this before.
I love this. I love this sort of like when, especially when the police chase is going on, police try to catch them, can't do it. Someone else comes in and just goes boom, stops it.
It's with the truck. Yeah. They can't get past the truck at all.
No,
as well.
no, let's get into it. Go for it.
For many people, a Friday night is synonymous with fun or even rest and relaxation. But for this man in Philadelphia, his weekend began with a police chase, half naked, aboard a stolen ambulance. It all started around 9 p.m.
Just a standard night in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
One of the sports teams just won something. Won a game.
After a report of domestic disturbances. At the scene, a man, apparently 40 years old, began a pursuit that would last more than an hour, driving through some of the busiest streets in the city. Throughout the entire chase, the suspect struck several civilian and police vehicles, trying to evade the dozens of patrol cars following closely behind. These escape attempts ended with the suspect aboard the ambulance crashing directly into civilian vehicles and even patrol cars, injuring the officers. Seeing the resistance, a brave civilian decided to act to put an end to this agonizing situation. Aboard his tow truck, the man followed the suspect, positioning himself in front of him with the intention of breaking the ambulance's radiator, using his rear lift boom so that it would overheat. During these maneuvers, the tow truck struck a front tire, causing the ambulance to gradually lose traction. This simple action allowed the police to stop the suspect. Later, in an interview, the recovery vehicle operator stated that his bravery was sparked by seeing the attacks against the police force, as his grandmother had been a police officer in that district.
Cop down in the 1st district. I wouldn't want that to happen to my grandmother.
Someone said in the comments on the first one, that trucker that pulled someone over and damaged his truck. Apparently there was a GoFundMe, and they raised over 100 grand for him.
That's brilliant.
Because the insurance didn't pay out.
Wasn't there one Wasn't there one as well when the guy got arrested for trying to stop him as well? Because technically what he was still doing was illegal. Even though he was helping the police, it was still technically illegal. He was doing there, it's still technically illegal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I'm not sure. But you think the police praise people out there for assistance, Madness, right?
Around 1 p.m., officers in Minneapolis spotted this car with a reported theft alert. Interestingly, this same vehicle was linked to a series of robberies in the area, so the police quickly responded to the emergency call. Upon realizing they were being chased, the suspects on board attempted to flee, driving for about 6 kilometers until they encountered a massive obstacle in the form of a bold truck driver. Noticing the scene, this brave trucker performed a simple yet effective maneuver to his right, cutting off the fugitives and causing them to crash into parked cars on the side.
Is that unlucky car?
Almost immediately, 4 suspects tried to flee on foot, 4 teenagers in total. Although 2 of the suspects initially managed to escape, all 4 were eventually taken into custody, while the car, along with everything inside it, was secured by the police.
You only need one of them, threaten them with life in prison, and then they'll snitch on the other 3.
I think they should put them away until the family can afford to pay for it. I know it's not the family's fault, but it's up to the family then to say, I'll pay for it to get them out, right? Or, I'm not paying for it, leave him in there.
Oh, yeah. That's what happened with me, innit?
I'm just saying, it's not my problem. Yeah, leave him in there.
They got a call around noon about a person.
A call to the Chula Vista Police Department in California triggered this peculiar chase, which took place in the South Bay of San Diego. A suspect accused of making threats against a potential victim was linked to a gray minivan with a black stripe, which was driving at low speed through nearby streets. Although officers attempted to speak with the suspect, the individual flatly refused to stop, thus initiating the pursuit. The chase took place on Interstates 5 and 805 before heading toward Orange Avenue around 1:30 p.m. By that point, the driver proceeded to drive slowly and weave through side streets, ignoring all traffic signals and lane directions. On more than one occasion, the minivan slowly drove through shopping center parking lots, with up to 10 police SUVs following closely behind.
Why are they still following
just go in front of him?
Just go with you. What is going on
it's
there?
Like the conga.
Follow the leader, yeah.
Why
would you not just go in front of him there?
Everything came to an end shortly before 2 p.m. when the suspect tried to exit another parking lot in a residential complex and ran straight into a Cisco delivery truck blocking his path. As he tried to turn the vehicle and escape over the sidewalk, 2 SUV vehicles sped in to block the way. These turned out to be unmarked police vehicles from which plainclothes officers emerged. Finally, the officers managed to pull the suspect out of the vehicle by opening the minivan's sliding door. Although it was later necessary to restrain and immobilize him,
Eventually put on a stretcher and into an ambulance, and that van was.
what began as a warning for failing to yield at an intersection ended with a dramatic accident near the heart of Los Angeles, California. In this case, the suspect was linked to a domestic disturbance incident in the residential area of Santa Barbara. After locating the suspect in Ventura County at approximately 6 p.m., officers began pursuing the black 2021 GMC Denali along the highways toward the San Fernando Valley and eventually onto the 5 freeway. This scene quickly turned into a high-speed chase as the fugitive,
Almost 100 miles an
apparently
hour.
43 years old, reached speeds of up to 160 kilometers per hour. Tragically, this same speed was responsible for the suspect's capture, as near Lincoln Heights, the SUV crashed directly into a semi-trailer that was decelerating.
Did you not see that?
Interestingly, the driver herself had previously changed lanes, only to find that fateful collision. After the crash, officers waited a couple of minutes before approaching the vehicle, as the interior was blocked by deployed airbags. Eventually, they managed to extract the driver, who appeared to be unconscious. Due to her condition, she was promptly attended to by paramedics and transported to the nearest hospital. As for the freeway, it remained...
I can't tell if like the trucker stopped her or she just went right into the back of him.
She was doing almost 100 miles an hour. She was doing like 92 or 96,
Like
wasn't she?
switching lanes as
yeah,
well.
switching lanes. So the truck's probably just sort of like slowed down, maybe putting his brake lights, but they've just come up behind them and just...
closed until 1 a.m. the following day.
That's an LA thing. That's why I try not to come down here.
The pursuit on screen is undoubtedly an exceptional case, as it took place in the Karvina region of the Czech Republic, something peculiar given that such chases are quite uncommon in Europe. The pursuit began after a clever 27-year-old foreigner had the brilliant idea of filling up his gas tank at a service station and then driving off without paying. After receiving the report, a police patrol immediately began to follow the suspect, who was driving a classic BMW sports car.
Shopping cart.
Recklessly, he sped for several kilometers, putting other drivers at risk by performing extremely dangerous maneuvers, forcing oncoming vehicles to swerve out of the way. After the reckless BMW driver hit the gas and ignored all verbal and visual commands to stop, the officers radioed for support from another patrol unit further down the road. Upon receiving the call, the officers asked a truck driver in the area to literally block the road, stopping the reckless driver in his tracks. Fortunately, this didn't end badly as the BMW finally came to a stop in front of the massive obstacle, though not without offering some resistance.
Eastern Europe.
The driver attempted to squeeze through a small gap, but was ultimately apprehended and arrested. In his testimony, he admitted it wasn't the first time he had committed this offense. So after possibly serving time in prison, he may think twice before stealing fuel again.
That's a proper shit spoiler on the back of his car.
Isn't it?
as well.
What's that going to do to that, right? Is it hold the gravity down or something when he's travelling at 30 miles an hour? The cops will give you a right shoeing in Eastern Europe for that.
Big time. Did it say he was foreign as well, or like foreign from
I think
American?
foreign meaning like
But he said they were in the Czech Republic at the start, though, didn't it? So I'm not
whatever
sure.
nationality, he's going to get shoeing, right?
Facts, yeah.
Pulled out in front of me. He's coming from an alleyway, and as I got closer,
Running a red light was the cause of the pursuit and shocking conclusion to a brief but intense high-speed police chase in DeSoto, Texas. The 45-year-old robbery suspect was pulled over around 5:30 a.m. after running a red light. Although at first he appeared to comply with the officer, he quickly resisted arrest, even attempting to take the officer's weapon.
It's going to spell the end, isn't it?
After a struggle and an attempt to subdue the suspect with a taser, the pursuit began toward Glen Heights. Reaching speeds of over 160 kilometers per hour, the driver ran through every traffic sign and red light in his path, until a cement truck brought the chase to an end. The impact was so severe that the concrete truck, even while fully loaded, flipped over violently. As for the suspect, he was able to exit the vehicle but quickly collapsed due to his injuries. Paramedics later transported him to a hospital for emergency treatment.
Imagine you got covered in cement and let it dry.
As if it were an action movie, this video shows how a truck from the transport company Aero Transcorp becomes part of a relatively high-speed chase. After changing lanes in response to the sirens of the pursuing patrol cars, the truck driver was quickly approached by a police unit, whose officers politely asked him to maintain a steady speed in relation to them without changing lanes. Thanks to this action, it was possible for all the vehicles to box in a Honda Odyssey that was trying to flee from the officers.
Be cool, that.
Well, you imagine trying to run away from the police in a minivan.
Imagine being a truck driver and then just next you know you're a police officer for the day for a little. Yeah, it's quite cool.
Can I arrest him?
Gradually reducing speed until it finally came to a stop. Once at a moderate speed, the truck driver was able to move into the shoulder lane, allowing the patrol cars to fully surround the suspect.
That's pretty cool, that from the
After
police.
the arrest, the trucker continued his route as usual, though not before becoming the hero of the situation. A massive traffic jam was the result of a standoff and pursuit on Highway 91 toward Anaheim Hills. The tense moments began in the town of Corona, when officers from that department attempted to stop a man on alleged harassment charges. Later, the police clarified that the suspect had even violated a restraining order, making him a high-risk individual. This led to the entire...
I've said it loads of times, but I just love the fact that the amount of police that get involved on any kind of incident in the USA, they just have massive amount of police. Over here, you're lucky to get, like, one cop, right?
Well, it's just for like, one cop for, like, things that are, like, big, but, like, stuff that are small, like, you know
Oh,
what I
there'll
mean?
be loads,
There'll
yeah.
be loads of cops
He's
around
wrote
there.
something bad online, boom.
For, like, 14-year-olds, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
entire highway being shut down when the man finally stopped in the center lane on the westbound side of Highway 91.
Ain't getting out of that, is he?
The first direct consequence was a massive traffic jam, as thousands of drivers were traveling for the Memorial Day weekend. After surrounding the blue sedan with a pair of SWAT armored vehicles, the negotiation team communicated with the 40-year-old suspect via cell phone.
They're always 40.
Tragically, after
It's a
several
midlife
hours
crisis.
barricaded inside the vehicle, the suspect inflicted self-harm shortly after 12 p.m. This prompted an immediate response from the SWAT teams, who ultimately extracted the suspect from his car.
Yeah, good channel, that.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. That.
I like seeing
that.
video footage like
I
that.
do like that. I
Same.
feel like that one, the one when when all the police boxed him in was the best one there, you know.
With the truck?
Well, yeah, the truck was slowing down next to him so he couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it was good, that. It's like I say, it's just being a part of it, aren't you? Just helping along,
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
your daily duty. Yeah, but that one at the end there, that blue car, wasn't getting away from that.
No chance.
Two SWAT
couldn't
teams
move if he
pinned
tried,
him
yeah.
front and back. Funny, right? Enjoyed that, though,
Yeah, it's
as
good.
always.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.